What I don't get it's just really nice here because it's tempo, it's an early BKB buyer, and it's team fight.
It's a fear with the rupture.
It's pretty nice. And you also now have, look at these lanes. All, like, you talk about activating Taiga, you want to have kill lanes. All three of these cores love having an Earth Spirit roll in.
You can't relocate save an ultimate from Shadow Fiend, a Requiem.
That's true. And it's just...
It cancels it, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, there's literally no time when the hero comes down that you won't be able to save it. And of course,
it's Alliance that are going to need to replicate the performance of Nigma and Co. from the previous game.
Yeah, they're running out of time.
Yeah, and I don't know how you match this damage output.
What? Ooh, that was close.
Dire Cup.
That was close. Void Spirit is often countered by the Shadow Fiend.
Don't tell me it's SF. It's mid. You can't play. Oh my god, they went mid Void Spirit into SF. Wow.
They're throwing it down.
As their overall final pick. That is not what you typically would see here.
I thought they were going TA for sure, knowing Limp, but I don't think this is great.
Big picture, I don't mind this too much because now it's too good of a Bloodseeker game, right? Think about it. There's so many good Rupture targets. You want a Void Spirit or Weaver. You know, there's like, you have to buy Axe now, no, but like, Alliance really just look at their own draft. They needed someone to initiate the fights, play into the game with Weaver. I don't mind it. It is into a good counter, and it's into a Bloodseeker. It's not overall great, but it's Alliance going for their good draft rather than looking at their opponent.
Final
but
thoughts,
Nigma did that
Brian,
earlier today, and it worked for them too, Kyle.
Based on my assessments so far this series, I feel like Liquid's draft is way better, so I'm going to take Alliance for Game 3.
Okay, perfect.
I love what Liquid did here. I think that in both the previous games, that overall last pick changed the draft. I don't think this did it for Alliance here. However, I also promised Blitz I would not jinx him and his team. So I don't know who will win, but I'm a big fan of what Liquid have here.
Okay, we're going to find out how this game is going to play itself out. Again, there's a lot on the line. If Alliance win, they are guaranteed group stages at the Major, and Team Liquid might have to play tiebreakers in order to decide who has the 4th slot at the Major. And if Liquid win, then they're either going to play tiebreakers or they're going to be into the Major, and it's Team Nigma that then take the group stage slot for the Major. So, a lot on the line. We're going to find out how this game is going to play itself out together with ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, an incredibly important deciding game here between Alliance and Liquid, and we're going to get to enjoy it. Bob, we've seen the lineups. What's sort of standing out to you the most this game?
Taiga Earth Spirit.
I mean, yeah,
that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, we just saw it in all its glory last game. I mean, yeah, he really was on something last game. That was an incredible showing. Have they got ways to be prepared for it this time on Alliance?
They do have like instant disables and stuff like that from the Lion, and they do have the Tidehunter, who's always the break, right? Like he's the break versus that wombo combo team fight that Taiga has been providing every time. But I see Taiga having some very nice lanes to ganking too. I think Kyle was the one who was touching on the panel. A Nurse Spirit rolling into a Shadow Fiend's lane, a Nurse Spirit rolling into an Astral Imprisonment lane, and a Nurse Spirit rolling into a Bloodseeker lane with Bloodright. All sounds pretty damn good. And Hunskin's gonna walk in.
He's got the setup. Oh, he's trying to get over the tether, but he's not going to make it, Taiga. He's able to put it to a stop, and well, it looks like the show continues here in Game 3 as Taiga, he'll start underneath the spotlight here, getting first blood.
Yeah, and I like that they went for the Shadow Fiend this game. I think there's some really cool potential from it with that Requiem, as they mentioned, versus the IO saves. It's really strong. It's also it's another form of control really for Weaver, and it's extremely high damage potential versus both Weaver and Void Spirit, which is going to be pretty strong. They picked the Void Spirit into it. We'll see how Limp's going to do in this matchup. Doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy game for him.
No, not at all. I mean, we could definitely feel it in the draft, right, with the timer ticking away that Void Spirit may have very well been what's a good hero? Void Spirit. You know, it did look like they were really under the thumb there and had to come out with something before they were forced around them.
And Liquid, they look very prepared for the lanes and just for the instant start of the game, right? The way that they were set up as that 5-man, I see bottom, they have a sentry already placed out in the lane for the Weaver for he tries to Shikuchi through. So that's always the good thing that you want to see when you're playing versus a Weaver lane. And they both have sticks. Boxy as well as the Earth Spirit both started with sticks, so that they'll get those charges whenever Nico Baby does use Shikuchi. Top, I don't think Insania expected to get hit that hard. The Gush as well as that Lion Impale coming into play, the Earth Strike, just too much. He's actually pushed out of the lane, and now Mickey is alone up there for the moment.
He's able to still get against the two of the Lions.
Bottle finished up in the mid lane.
Yeah, nothing too crazy yet, but what is it still around the level 2 raises, then it becomes hard?
Yeah. Level 3 on the SF, and it starts to get pretty tough for Void Spirit. You kind of just have to literally play around every time he pump fakes. You have to back up. Bottom.
The setup here.
Let's get it.
Tiger's got the timing, but the Fairy Fire will keep Hansken safe.
And now Tiger himself.
And Nico Baby's actually
okay,
going to out for Boxy instead. He can bring down this OD, but Boxy, of course, as an OD, having a fair bit of armor here in this lane. And his right clicks aren't going to bother him too much. He's able to live, pops us out, can keep in the lane.
And we did have a sentry for sentry exchange down happen. Hansken did buy themselves. Wanted to be able to cover and protect Nico Baby. Nice little dodge there by him. Seeing Limp doing okay in mid. You've seen the last hits, but he doesn't have bottle. He's gone for the null early, so he has a decent base damage. Has to use a salve already. He's gonna have to expend a lot on regen. While Koikfa, he just shoves the lane in with a bottle. Feels really good as he can just set up for potential triple raise onto Limp.
Very important, of course, for these two. What happens around that 4th minute? So we'll see both teams for sure head over there. Expecting to have Tiger head over. As bottom beating this poor old IO out of the lane here. Tiger, it's not allowing Hansken to go anywhere.
He's owning the couriers. Like they want to get more regen, they want to get the wand out, but Tiger's not allowing it to happen.
Radiant's courier.
That's true. It's just going to be a bit awkward getting it past this Spirit. Top lane Insania. It's able to get S4's courier. This top lane as well, even with that whole time where Insania had to walk back to base. We're not seeing Mickey's farm getting slowed down at all. He's still right up there at the top of this as carry Bloodseeker. As bottom lane, Tiger, he's able to get the kill. Hansken getting caught out. As Tiger definitely beginning to again just show out how dominant he can be in the laning stage straight up as the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Boxy is not getting the most last hits, and look at the item build that Boxy's got queued up right now. It's not the Meteor Hammer that we've seen every time. He's got a Vanguard queued up on OD.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I think he's just got that queued up because he wants the Ring of Health, right?
I think so too. I think he just clicked the quickest item that was in the quick buy.
I don't think we're seeing a Vanguard OD. I mean, hey, who knows? You know, Liquid, they do some crazy stuff. Maybe it's the new strat, you know. Abyssal Blade Rush OD, let's go.
Nah, the Meteor Hammer is always going to be really strong here, as it's going to be able to apply pressure onto Nico Baby early, and he should be able to get out a good timing with the start. He's missed a couple last hits under the tower here, but with Taiga here, he should be fine. Yeah, going back to you talking about like the Bloodseeker top, I think Bloodseeker and just these very high armor agi heroes are the better solutions versus Tidehunter, because I've seen a lot of times these strength heroes, they're getting picked up versus Tide, and they actually get put negative in armor when they get gushed. These agi heroes, whatever, you're chilling. You got like 4 armor even if you do get gushed. So Mickey, he's doing just fine.
Yeah, mid lane. Well, we're starting to get a bit of a lead on Quake, but all things considered, you know, Limp doing as best as he can in this matchup.
Yep. Oh. Jeez, that was close. As you say, that almost does go down to a 3rd raise. Does have the raindrop. He's gonna get pushed out of the lane a bit, try to farm that 6 safely, stack some camps too, and secure a bounty run for himself. So all things considered, I think Limp is not too unhappy with how that matchup did go, and he does have some stacks to work with.
Bounty. I think not.
Top. Mickey is ready to start getting aggressive here. FNG is out of the blood grind time. He's allowed to turn, drop down the stun, but the zombies are chasing him down, and FNG, he can't run from this. Blocked off and taken out. They could get the kill top. Same time down bottom. Nico Baby's very low. And it's going to be enough.
Dead.
The Astral's just going to straight up kill him.
And now they start acquiring urn charges, as Taiga did finish that one out. S4 was able to kill the tombstone top, so at least got some kind of a gold change, but man, Nico Baby dying this early on versus this lane, I think Brian was the one who said it too, is like, if this OD is off to a good start, it's really able to shut down lanes pretty effectively, and Boxy does have that good start, and now Taiga, he's looking to make moves off of it, because they did get that good start for him. He wants to set up elsewhere.
Oh, he's going to try and turn on a Quakefa. The backup's in. Tiger rolls over. He's able to get the silence down onto Lim. Quakefa trying to stand his ground. Got to keep to the side.
Rupture
It's
as well.
Mickey. He is indeed limp. He's not got anything else to run away with. They're going to get him for sure. The setup's in as Quakefer cleans up the kill with the raise. Same time down bottom, Nico Baby's going to look for the dive on Bo3. They'll get the kill. TP's coming over. Can Tiger punish this? He's a little low on mana. Actually does have 10 stick charges if he wants to go aggressive.
He's going for Hunskin. Oh, wait. That rolled him to the right. I think that was weird the way it rolled him, the direction. I thought he actually had the play for Hunskin, but would have been a tough kill anyway. Maybe would have been able to punt him under the tower after the connection, but either way, they do get Boxy, and that's a nice move from Alliance, taking advantage of Taiga's movement. As Taiga's fresh ward will get dewarded by FNG, as he already did have that one placed up to guard the Void Spirit.
Quakefer already with a stack or two. He's going to be on track to get a very good boots of travel timing on this SF, so his farm's going to skyrocket. And Limp's just going to have to play a bit of the comeback game, of course, just not getting nearly as much as Quakefer was able to do out of that lane, and almost certainly having to spend quite a bit more on regen so he can just withstand the damage from this SF in that matchup.
Yeah, all three lanes have gone pretty damn good for Liquid. S4, he's the one who's the biggest winner on Alliance, as he's able to just stay and hold his ground up top, which is very nice for them to be able to defend the towers that will start, the pressure will start coming out from Liquid soon with those bots.
On mid,
That's a good sign. And mid, Insania. Ooh.
Quite able to get the solo kill there. Limp dropping the full combo in an attempt to burst Insania, but it wasn't enough.
And now Limp, he's got no Astral Steps, Quakefa. He's just walking up to him. He's gonna get the first raise.
Spooky Limp.
Radiant's courier.
He's got to keep running. He's going to lose his courier. That's the boot scum.
Oh, it is. Oh my God, you're right.
He's going to have step in a couple of
again,
seconds, but it's not going to be soon enough.
It's not fast enough. Oh my God, he just gets walked down.
Oh, this Quakefa SF, 2 kills. Oh, the tips as well.
Tip.
It's an important game.
Gets a haste. He gets a haste rune too right afterwards. And that's because Limp went for a kill on a 5 position. Insania, who lives, he had to use everything. Oh my God.
I mean, it's an important series. You got to use everything under, everything that's at your potential. And the tip game, it's definitely going to have its effect.
And now it's Boots to travel finished on Quakefa. He has a haste. Now you have to feel pretty threatened. If you're Nico Baby, you have to feel very threatened that you're just susceptible to die. Because he's not going to really go for S4 too much, because why would you kill the Tiderunner? You can just put that invisible threat always onto the Weavers. They bring 3 heroes bottom. And Boxy, he's got Meteor Hammer. So this tower is going to start getting chipped at too. Really good stuff from Liquid here.
Denied.
Absolutely, another solid start after that game. 6-1, 2K lead already here for Liquid.
So they see this. They see the heroes all stepping up down bottom. They don't know that Mick is down here just yet, and they do have TPs available. Both FNG as well as S4. They have their TPs ready for that bottom tower to defend. Already, look at this sentry placed out. Taiga is ready for the Weaver to show. He puts one down right next to the tower in the tree line.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Quakefer's going
is
to be
under
happy
attack.
as well. Finds himself the jelly.
Of course.
I mean, he's getting all the lovely little items. So fast as well. Already 5K net worth hit.
Radiant's
10-minute
bottom
mark
tower is under
on
attack.
Quakefer's SF.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nico
Dire's
Baby's very
top
squishy
tower
at this
is
point
under
too on the
attack.
Weaver. He doesn't want to look to get into any of these fights, even though he has the backup of the Weaver for the extra heals and stuff like that. There is some annoying control, and they did pick the
Dire's
Weaver into the Bloodseeker. So in a lot of these fights, it's gonna be hard for Nico Baby to do much of anything. If Mika sees him, he's gonna
Dire's
rupture him.
top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Shot the
has
tower
fallen.
bottom, Liquid. Alliance, they're going to fight around the 10-minute runes. Limp's able to get quite a nice one here. DD.
And look at the stacks. They have been doing this the whole time. FNG has been getting them at the ready, so Limp will be nicely enabled back up, and not quite nearly up to the SF, but at least something for himself, as it's been a tough start for him. Onto the mid lane, they've got that Meteor Hammer, so Boxy, wherever he goes is where Liquid goes. And Alliance still yet to make a move with S4 to look to defend these towers.
Radiant structures are fortified.
For the twins.
Ravage at the ready.
Dire's
Got good burst.
structures are
DD's still
fortified.
going on Limp.
FNG's about to tick 6. He's like 1 experience away from getting it, so
Yeah,
this
these-
creep will
these
give it to him.
Yeah, they've got a lot of burst. They can absolutely blow up pretty much any of these targets if they catch him in the Ravage. Quakefer, he's actually heading out of here. He's going to start pushing out top. They know that they're here. Insania, he'll get left behind. But Liquid, they were ready for this.
Radiant's middle tower
From
is
Alliance,
under
them
attack.
turning up and holding this tower, as by the time that Alliance were able to make the jump, Liquid's cores, they've all scattered across the map. In fact, they're looking
Nico
at
Baby.
that bottom. Nico Baby gonna get set up upon. They have the hammer to follow up. And is there any way to take him out? There isn't. The burst, it's too much. The hammer gets dropped down by Bo3. Mickey has been found by Limp and S4. They'll drop the Ravage to secure that kill. So they may have lost their carry, but at the same time, they're able to take Liquids.
A very sneaky, invasive play by the Tide and
Radiant's
Void Spirit, who
top
getting
tower
into
is
the
under
Ancient
attack.
side while the Weaver's getting made a move on. So nice at least counteract there by Alliance. But yeah, losing Nico Baby again. He's getting slowed down a lot. 2 deaths already. He's playing into natural counters, as we've mentioned. You know, there's the silences on 2 different forms. Even Astral is very annoying to play against his Weaver. As if you get Astral during Chikuchi, you come out, you're stuck, you're dead. You don't have the invis again. And there's already Yules on Quakefoot too, so mobility is going to be really tough.
Yeah, he's so farmed in the levels, of course. Level 12, he's got that level 2 Requiem. He finds the target, he's going to be able to blow them up.
And now he's got an invis rune too, so he can look to gank anywhere that he wants.
You can see there on his net worth, shooting ahead at a rate very impressive
Radiant
compared to the
are
average.
scanning.
They're going to smoke. They're going to look for these plays here, as Boxy's the one to set it up. But they can get the initial stun onto pretty much anybody. They're just dead with Quakefoot's follow-up. And there is no Ravage at the moment, so they know that they can go for these more aggressive plays.
Let's see what they can get here. Limp. They're going to have the setup. And they're able to follow up it perfectly. Hammer perfectly timed. Silence as well from Tiger. Was instantly there to give no chances for Limp to jump away.
And they know at the moment that Nico Baby and Hanskin are farming Ancients, they actually have vision of them. The Thirst vision is giving it to them, so they know that they can make that play as well too, and even commit forward for the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
3k lead, and honestly, I mean, we saw last game Quakefoot have an insane performance on the Brood. This one really is sort of turning out to be another just ridiculous showing on this SF. He's so farmed right now. These item timings are got to be some of the fastest we're seeing. Bots, Yules, already nearly halfway into his BKB. It's just 13 minutes in.
It feels like they can do so much on the map without having to commit too much of anything in a lot of these fights. While I look at the side of Alliance, I feel like they have to have Ravage to fight. Pretty much just entirely, just because of how bad the lanes have gone.
And they can blow up a target, even Quakefoot. If they ever get in the jump, they've obviously got to watch out for Boxy coming in with potential saves with the Astral. With the Ravage in the finger, they're going to have burst.
Is under attack.
Insania is standing on the spot to break the smoke. So is Taiga.
Nico Baby's heading in, S4 jumps forward. They're going to look towards Boxy. They'll be able to take him out without needing to use the Ravage. Now for the high ground Alliance, they're searching for another target. They're heading away of Insania. Indeed, they're going to fight back here. On the side, FNG drops the Impale onto Tiger. S4 still holding onto the Ravage for now. They've found Quakefoot. They're moving in. He's able to get the Requiem off, though. Tiger landed the silence down on S4, but now it comes to an end. S4's able to pop the damage, but Quakefoot dodges it, and now he's ready to turn and start laying down the raises. They bring down S4. Quakefoot healed up by the Soul Rift. Nico Baby and Haskins, they've got to run over to the back. They've got the hammer combo. They drop it down. Haskins TP'd out. He's left Nico Baby behind. Nico Baby's got to fend for himself here, and he'll manage to do so as he's into the trees. He TP's away, but another fight. That buyback as well, very much needed. Boxy having that extra bit of damage and control to bring down Lip. More tips come in the way of the Void Spirit as Liquid know they are making this game very, very hard for this Limp Void Spirit, a hero that was already almost panic-picked at the end of this draft.
They got the relocate.
They might be able to turn and take Quakefoot here. He's going to have Boxy by his side. Quakefoot's going to go for the TP. He's going to make it waste. No, they've got the damage. They'll be able to do it. A big hit finally back from Alliance as they get the SF.
That was actually Quakefoot hunting for the Lion, and FNG just a quick call for the relocate. They're able to get the numbers there, and after a really scary fight from them too. Like Alliance, they walk in, they don't have everything connect perfectly. Even though S4 has Blink, they need to get the Ravage off with everyone there at the time. Liquid, they were prepared. They will lose the Shadow Fiend at the very least, and now Quakefoot, he's gonna have to respawn, farm some souls back up before they look for another fight. And that will give time for Alliance to get their Ravage back online.
Absolutely, yeah, they're the biggest kill they could have found there. No doubt about it. And how good of a game Quakefoot was having. Nico Baby starting to really close that gap.
Illusion.
And he gets swung top too. You know, the relocate is actually just like a double benefit as he does get pulled top to be able to continue farming and pressuring. Koikfa really does need BKB in this game always versus that Tidehunter. That'll be the next big timing, at least for Liquid. I think Mick has got a little bit more greedy though. He actually went for Yasha in between. Wants to stall out that BKB a little bit longer in this game. And Nico Baby very farmed though. SNY is done. So we see that mobility, see that status resist going to definitely come into play. That could maybe mess up the combos. Seeing a couple of times maybe the Astral plays might not go as well as they have been now because of that status resist.
Radiant's
Sure, yeah.
top tower
Just
is
got
under
to keep
attack.
aware of that timing, that setup.
And I love just watching the move speed too. You know, usually not the biggest thing that people are buying the SNYs for, but with Weaver, with IO, that movement speed just becomes that much more important.
So much of an extra benefit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, Ravage is back up. So Alliance is fight ready. Liquid is as well. Both teams do want to sit back and finish up a little bit of an item or here or two there. As Liquid really wanting the
Dire's
BKB in
bottom
particular.
tower
Once
is
they get
under
that one,
attack.
they're going to look to fight versus the Ravage much more frequently. As
Dire
Koikfa does
are
almost have it
scanning.
done.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under
Look at
attack.
this tower.
Radiant's top
Tier
tower
1 down
is under
bottom, not going to
attack.
be bended by Liquid as their little Alliance take it.
Dire's
So where Alliance want to make the
bottom
moves
tower
next.
has
Nico
fallen.
Baby.
Radiant's top
Let's see
tower
if he
is
can-
under attack.
Something up there with FNG, but Mickey's out of it.
They know how strong they are right now on Alliance. Whenever Ravage is up, that threat is scaring Liquid quite a bit for making any aggressive move. They do see the S4 Tidehunter TP toward top though, and they have the sport on top of Limp right now in the river.
Is under attack.
Tiger, he's able to find the setup. They've got the Yules, they've got the follow-up. Limp taken down there. I mean, I thought he'd get out there for sure. He sort of walked into the role from Tiger. I guess he just really wasn't ready for that. As bottom, first attempt on the Bloodseeker will be successful. So Alliance, they may lose their limb, but they get Mickey in return, and they're able to get everyone out of there. FNG trying to TP away. He'll manage to succeed. Hanskin and Nico Baby have been left behind.
Tiger's on him.
Separating Hanskin for now with the Yules. They've got the Astrals. Bo3, he's got the follow-up. The setup's there. They've got the control. Nico Baby, he's off to the side. He's into the trees. Can he live? No, he can't. Tiger finds him immediately, dropping down the stone, grabbing him with the silence.
And S4, he's still up top. They saw S4 TP with that ward they have in the river. They saw him TP to top, and that's what caused all of this. That's why Liquid have gone so aggressive, because they saw S4 be nowhere near the fights. It's thankful that Alliance is able to at least get a trade kill here onto the Bloodseeker, but yeah, S4 maybe have to be a little bit more careful where he does TP from, because it was right under their vision.
See this again. There's no potential escape here. Hanskin pretty much completely out of mana. And even if he had it, Koikfa is separating the two of them. And you know that every single time, Tiger is always going to be ready with the silences.
And Boxy, he was prepared for that SNY. He immediately started popping the Meteor Hammer as the Astral did go down. And that's, you know, that's the time where Ravage was up during all of that one. Liquid did not have BKB on any of their cores. Now they do have a BKB on Koikfa and level 17. So a little bit of a maybe opportunity missed for Alliance with that TP from S4.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, is that sort of what you feel that Alliance just need to do differently? They just can't show the tide like that?
He wasn't a, that's the thing, is like he wasn't in the river when he TP'd. He actually moved up onto the Radiant side, but it literally just caught vision of him for like a split second. It was a heads up play from Liquid. It's not really anything that Alliance could have planned better.
Sure.
Invisibility.
Now Liquid each time getting a very solid jump on Lim.
Dire's middle
Struggling
tower
so
is
far
under
in this
attack.
game, 1, 5, and 2. He has nearly got the axe
Still?
though, and still with that, he's going to have a very large impact in these fights. There's midnight.
S4 in mid, he's under a
Yeah,
sentry.
He is. They've got the combo ready to go, but a little bit off the mark
Oh.
there. Ends up doing barely any damage. They don't quite set
Oh,
it up
they find
perfectly.
FNG.
They'll turn and take the Lion instead. But that is the Requiem down, and of course S4 still holding on to the Ravage, so he's still good to go.
It was pretty tough for them to kill him anyway. He has Hood. He's actually
tanky.
very tanky versus their lineup, so it would have been a tough
Dire's
one anyway.
bottom
Without
tower
Rupture,
is under attack.
not really a good way to kill them as Alliance. They split out of bottom. They TP top. They know that Nico Baby did TP up there. Let's see if Liquid looks to make any move with that information. They draw the line to push out the bottom lane.
I feel like we probably won't be seeing the Requiem on S4 again. Mid. Yeah, I've got the axe done on Limp.
That's pretty good. It's not going to be as useful versus the cores, who are pretty close to that triple BKB timing on the side of Liquid, but the supports, that's gonna be problematic for both Taiga as well as Insania. Just those constant silences. They are a lot of the team fight that Liquid does have, so if Lip is able to get on them, he could break the team fights pretty effectively.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, sure. You know, the cores they're scary, but I think yeah, if you can get yourself an item to silence the Tiger Earth Spirit twice in a team fight, that item's definitely going to pay dividends.
And they still have this ward. They stop Mick and
The jump. They've got the burst. They're able to take him out before the fight begins.
You can merely
Quick move from Alliance, and this time Liquid, the ones not prepared for it.
a deep aggressive ward that's been there for pretty much the full duration. Again, I've seen this a lot of times in these series lately. Some of these wards just not getting dewarded and having paying great dividends, as they also block up the Ancients. They put a sentry down, make sure that Bloodseeker can't farm over theirs. They've stalled his BKB pretty decently now.
DD room for Nico, baby. Grabbed up in the bottle. He's going to have that save for the next fight. And it's a strong fight, still with the Ravage ready to pop. Do Liquid, do they want to take this? They've got no mid-game for 15 seconds. They're going to try and start things. And they're going in. BKB, they're dropping everything onto S4. Can they actually kill him? They're not going to be able to do so. Now Limp jumps straight back over. You've got Bo3 going for the hammer combo. It's going to come down onto Nico, baby. But Alliance, they can chase him for this. Nico, baby's popped the DD. He's going to have a fair bit of damage to beat into this OD with. There's it. With the Ravage, he gets the three of them. Bo3's gone over to the side. Mickey's coming to the action. He's instantly taken out. If they kill him off, S4's getting low, but Nico maybe is picking them off one by one. Over they go towards the SF. They're going to be able to fight quite fast. As it's a double kill for Nico, maybe it's not over yet.
And maybe even more.
Straight back over with the Astro step towards Bo3. Bo3 will turn with a hammer combo onto Nico, baby, but Nico, baby, he's still good to go. Triple kill for Nico, baby. Over towards Tiger, it's an ultra kill. And now he's looking for the cleanup. They're straight over towards Insania. Do they have detection?
Oh, they don't.
They don't.
Oh, no Rampage.
Oh, no Rampage. Supports reported. See you on Overwatch, Hansken.
Liquid, they play perfectly into Alliance's hands.
Dude,
they blow everything on the Tide, and
I said,
Tide
didn't I
just
say
kills.
it? I said, well, they're not going to do that again. They did it again, Fog. They're trying to Requiem S4. What are they doing?
I think maybe because they had the level 3 Requiem, they thought it would do more damage, but devastating loss as Mickey, he TP'd in right when he respawned and died.
Sanities as well. That's what was like, oh, what was that?
Radiant are scanning.
And then, I mean, after that happens, if that's your initiation, you got no chance in the rest of the fight. S4 able to perfectly wait out.
Look at Mickey.
The reset on the Blink Dagger. He's in.
Poor Mickey. He literally just respawned, TP's in, and just gets ravaged into an impale into getting focused fire by DD Weaver. A beautiful fight from Alliance that Liquid kind of gave to them.
I mean, they absolutely did.
It's such a swing. 4K lead now, and they get the Aegis onto Nico, baby. More time for the Ravage to come back up, and now feeling some pretty big concerns for Mickey in particular. Has this BKB now several times have installed out. He's 0, 4, and 5 on this Bloodseeker after having a pretty okay lane.
I mean, maybe getting a little carried away this game, Liquid, with the sort of the tipping Limp. You know, maybe that's coming back to haunt them. No, as we saw there, you know, Limp, he may have been shut down as much as he did, but at this stage of the game, you got to sort of, as you say, look towards Mickey and feel that maybe it's their own Bloodseeker that's going to struggle to have an impact.
It's really going to feel that way. It's like Nico, baby, just got injected with so much full. It's a full Mjolnir. He's just massive now. And he's got the amp up of always the tether, too, so he's always going to be ridiculously strong. And they have, I believe, almost a solar crest, too, for him, so they have to start focus firing a little bit differently on Liquid, not going for the Tide in the front.
Yes, I think they need to somehow try and get the jump around S4. I mean, it's hard. Obviously, S4 has been playing fantastic with his positioning to the point where, you know, Liquid feel that they have to make the move on him. But as we're seeing, that really is not working out. Even with the multiple ults, they do not have the burst to bring down the Tide. And I mean, honestly, even if they did that, I guess, sure, he's not able to get that great Ravage. But the fight still, it's not going to be a guaranteed win if they take down this Tide.
No, it'd still be a tough fight, but yeah, it really crumbled for them. If they're gonna try that, they need to have like the Blood Rage on the Shadow Fiend beforehand, so he gets a 30% spell amp, and they just need to use like the Flesh Golem hit as well or something. It's tough to execute. As now Alliance, they have such a big window here. Nico Baby's just charging.
He's chilling. Over to the side. They found Tiger in the trees. They've got the setup. A defensive Astral will buy a bit of time for him. Instead, he's going to drop the tombstone on the high ground by Alliance. They're already down to the low. Tiger. He's up to the high ground. Limp trying to chase. He's got the BKB Red Room coming out onto Limp. They'll be able to find the combo to Limp. Limp goes down. Nico Baby puts the BKB. He wants to fight. Mike, he's over towards Hansken. Mike finds one. This time around, it's light. We do have to retreat and back up. Nico Baby, he's got the BKB already used. He's out for a minute. Roll away on Tiger. Everybody getting better. He's still got the time lapse. But the Halo combo does grab him. He's able to get the time lapse off. He gets it off and he's able to turn now. He might just be able to fight Boxy. He's in with the chase. He's looking towards Boxy. They take down one. He's over towards Tiger. Tiger rolling away just in time. A raise comes out from Quoit for Nico Baby's low. But Nico Baby, he's not done killing. He's over towards Insania. They'll find another. I mean, that was close. I think the sanity damage did come in. He was able to instantly time-lapse it back off and keep himself in a state where Liquid couldn't quite finish him.
It was all, yeah, it was like same frame as we see 9,000 damage, hero damage coming from Nico Baby there. He's just able to focus fire everybody. I saw on the sidelines, Mika, he actually ruptured S4. S4 just solo ravaged him. Fight looked kind of decent for Liquid for a second because they killed the Void Spirit, but then the Weaver play comes in. Nico Baby just cleaning up.
He really is.
And he never dies. He still has Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fight's looking at very difficult for Liquid to execute now versus this Tidehunter.
I mean, they all are stepping up. You know, even as good of a game as Quoifa had, it's definitely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Seems, you know, these sort of games now where you're behind, even though Quoifa is as farmed as he is. What is he supposed to do in these fights? It's not easy for a Shadow Fiend to play into this aggression now that Alliance can come out with how big their cores are.
And with how fast they collapse, one of the things that SF hates playing against is how fast they can collapse on him and burst damage. And they have a lot of that on the side of Alliance now after these last few fights. And he really just feels like he might just be a walking like Blink Requiem with the BKB for the most part in these fights.
And that's not great.
As Alliance, they're starting to really snowball with these kills.
On top, FNG gets the setup. They're bringing Nico Baby and Hansken, blocking him off. He can't roll away.
Murder going on here. Ends off.
Oh boy. And Nico Baby, like he's gonna have Scotty finished up at any moment now. So those BKBs less valuable because he's gonna be able to chase through him.
Tower is under attack.
Level 20, and now they're just sweeping through their jungle. Quakefoot, he's in a little bit of a weird spot.
Uh-oh, careful.
Oh. The courier.
Radiant's courier
Thank
has
you.
been
Nice
killed.
courier.
Oh, look at this. FNG, he's got a blink.
Yeah, he's not gonna
Can
do
he?
it.
No, he's not.
If he did, though, that would have been something. He's out.
Aegis gets reclaimed, but damage is really done with that Aegis in those last few fights from Alliances. Now Scotty is done for Nico Baby when he picks it up.
I mean, with that and the backup of Hansken, it's very hard to see how they can actually burst this Weaver. You know, we've seen them struggle to blow up S4 with the combo. It's getting to the point where you're going to struggle to blow up the Weaver with the combo.
They have to somehow kill these two supports though. Like kill the IO, kill the Lion at least during your BKBs and just try to kite and reset the fights, but it's not going to be easy at all. Alliance have hit a crazy timing. S4 level 18. They've actually given him the Titan Sliver and also the Orb of Destruction, depending on which one he wants to use in the fights. With Titan Sliver, he cannot die. Like this is an immortal Titan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dire's structures are
He's seen pretty invincible in these last few fights.
And they're setting up for the relocate. They see an opportunity.
They're going to find Insania. They walk up into this. Look, when they do have the full 5 of them here, they're starting to go on towards S4. They're going to drop the Rupture down onto him. We're going to have to jump over towards the side from Lim. He's now going to step away. S4 is getting low. This time, they'll be able to force the Ravage out of him awkwardly. They get what they wanted. As this time around, they didn't have the full lineup of Alliance ready to go. Down one and Quakefoot. He's got the setup. Into the Requiem will be able to blow up Hansken. As Liquid,
can they get more?
They're setting in for a Limp. First pulse silences Tiger, sending a remnant out as well to stop Tiger from being able to chase. Nico Baby's going to stick around, but now he does have a TP if he wants to get his way out of there. Scouting things out, maybe seeing if he find an opportunity to sneak in and get a solo kill. It's a bit cheeky though. No, I don't think he's going to want to show himself much more unless FNG can get the jump. FNG's looking for it, but there's a lot behind him.
He's gotta go.
There's a lot behind him. They're going to try and burst Mickey, but Tiger's in with a roll. Instantly with the Astral, they're going to have the timing over the Meteor Hammer. Not quite. Nico Baby's able to put the BKB. No messing around. BKB TP out. He knows he can't fight this as Liquid turn up in full force. Into the trees though, FNG. He's got the blink, but he doesn't have a TP. Gonna have to slowly jump his way back to safety.
Liquid have to make a lot happen out of this here. The Ravage being down, then being able to force that out of S4 with the Rupture. This is one way that they could look to take the fights for Liquid. It's very hard, just execution-wise, for them to be able to do so, but now you're seeing some potential ways for them to be able to. Just keep isolating S4, and how much time? They're gonna have 70 seconds now without that. They don't have Requiem themselves for about 30, but I think that they could still look to make a move. Koikfa, that was a very clutch blink. I think he was about to get relocate set up on. FNG was still chilling in the side, down bottom.
So Liquid catch them off guard here with this smoke. They might find Nico Baby. Has just stepped up to the high ground. Tiger is looking for the roll in. Doesn't find the sword in the hands. They do manage to get the Rupture down. Up for now as Mickey's trying to follow up on it, but now Limps in with the jump straight away, gets the silence onto the two of them. Mickey has to put the BKB and turn towards this Void Spirit. Koikfa starting to lay down the razors. They've got the Tombstone up in the high ground. S4 blinking over to help out. Hands get over towards the side as Nico Baby. He's got the damage on the Tiger. Tiger rolls out the side, but Limp has the remnant set up in place.
Beautiful.
And over to the side, FNG drops the stun, looks down, Bo3 tries to hold them back, puts the BKB, but he's already too low. Surely he's trying to hide in the trees, but Limp will find him. As Alliance, they've found the two. Nico Baby, he's going to continue to chase for more as Insania. He's into the trees. He's TP'd out. Is he out in time? He is. Insania makes it away. Mickey is pretty speedy right now, but Limp, remnant down. Mickey's able to juke it.
Liquid tried to take advantage of the fact that Ravage was used, tried to be quick for with the mobility, but Alliance brings full force. They are able to battle back, and now Ravage is back up for the next engagement.
Radiant's
It's close. It was a nice
bottom
attempt of a
tower
move
is
from
under
Liquid to
attack.
try to catch that Weaver and the IO, but they were quick. They quickly dealt the split away from each other.
The skirmishes, Alliance just still keeping this impressive lead. 10k ahead right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
And their
is under
tricore is
attack.
looking really damn strong. You know, Boxy, he's got this good timing with the meteor. I mean, he's got his BKB, but the amount of things that he actually contributes in the fights in comparison to a Tide Hunter is just always going to be leaps and bounds of a difference. The Tide's always going to have, for the most part, better effectiveness in almost every engagement as Liquid. They're looking, they got a fresh Hex on Koikfa. Maybe they can catch something off guard here.
Let's see if they surprise Limp. They're going to get the jump. Insane with the hands. They're going to go with the Ravage, but the BKB's already out from Mickey and Koikfa. And they'll turn towards hands, going to take down the Iron. Now they're trying to go towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby, he's looking for Koikfa. Time's been bought for this left over the Glimmer Cape. Koikfa's out into the trees. Nico Baby turns towards the new target of Boxy. And with the setup from FNG, they find it. Now over towards Mickey. He's running down this Bloodseeker, but the Bloodbright catches him. Can't chase any further towards Mickey. He's now Tiger. And again with the roll. They'll have another step in a second, but Tiger too far away. He's able to get out with the TP. Things said and done. You know, Ravage used. Only casualty. Boxy's OD on the side of Liquid. They're able to make sure nobody else is lost there as we did see some sort of instant reactions there. Koikfa and Mickey having those BKBs as soon as they got any sort of glimpse of S4.
They're not having damage. They're having too many things they have to deal with in the fights. Like Nico Baby's completely unaddressed. He's just running rampant. It's a 3,000 HP Weaver who's also dealing crazy damage. And now they don't have their BKBs up. They don't have anything else. They can't contest this Roche. Alliance easily able to get that one. As we see the spells, you know, they connect, but the BKBs were out. Same thing for Nico Baby. He gets hit by point blank Requiem, but he doesn't care. He's got that invulnerability. And Koikfa, very lucky to actually not be under any vision there. He's able to scurry himself away. As the fights just feel so much easier for Alliance to execute every single time.
Yeah, the fact is, as yes, pointed out, the Alliance is still winning the fight essentially when Liquid's 3 cores dodged the Ravage with BKB. You know, it didn't matter. Liquid couldn't punch back. They couldn't do anything with that. And now Alliance 14k ahead.
And an Aegis too, so the Weaver even harder to catch as he's already been pretty impossible in this game. Koikfa? Koikfa has hit 25, so we do have that nice CDR for the Shadow Fiend. So that'll be really nice as the Requiem seems to be incredibly important for them. They got to get these disables off pre-BKB somehow though, to be able to remove a hero from the fight. Just not able to as Alliance with this. They picked up this gem, I want to say like 8 minutes ago or something for Limp, and he's been able to just take out like all the vision from Liquid. It's been very effective.
the hunt here. Tiger digs himself well out of it.
Liquid's just really scared to get out on the map because of this, you know, this blink dagger lion, and then just the relocate potential. Same thing with the void spirit, the mobility. They can't match it. Like they want to be able to like sit behind people and protect them like that, but they can't actually just like split out their resources like that. So they're too susceptible. They can't show in lanes very effectively. Taiga, he'll show himself top for a second. They don't look to set up for him with the relocate just yet. Alliance looking for their own play. And onto the high ground.
Oh, we've got him. Time with a rock.
Strong bug. He's just gonna heal right through it.
Yep.
The Aya with a mech, with a pipe, with a cheese as well at the back. Nico Baby's more than safe.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
And onto the racks. What's Liquid gonna do about this? Alliance. Nico Baby kicked in pretty deep here. Mickey has got the basher, but already with the time, that's Nico Baby's out of there. BKB popped by Quakefor, but Alliance, they just able to kite this out. And now Quakefor's got no BKB. S4 still has the Ravage. Nico Baby's able to easily get his way back out of it. And of course, he's still happy to fight. He has the BKB and the Aegis and a Lincoln Sphere.
S4 is going to be so ready. If he sees the Shadow Fiend at all, it's going to be an instant jump. It is a quick cooldown, though. Remember, he has the 30% CDR. He has the quickening charm. Maybe this catches S4 off guard, because it's back up in 18 seconds already.
That's Nico Baby frontlining this, taking down the racks. How Liquid going to start their attempts? It's FNGX the first to make the jump. This is the S4 with the fire of the Ravage. It's now onto the four of them. They turn over towards Mickey. They turn over now towards Tiger. As Mickey, he's out for 75. There's no buyback with this Blood Seeker. Boxy trying to run with the BKB. He will manage to keep himself alive under the tier 4 towers. Nico Baby, he's ready to dive in though and chase for these kills. Wrapping around the Ancient, looking towards Boxy. Boxy's not going to get the chance to drop down the hammer as Boxy and Mickey are out. Alliance still have the space and time to take at least one set of racks. Probably more here though, as an 18k lead, and with Liquid just unable to pull together any sort of fight around their cause. Alliance, they have certainly hit back hard here in this game 3.
They have so much gold on everybody. S4 has a full refresher when he gets back to base. This is a pretty devastating hit from Alliance. As we saw Quakefor, he has to Requiem from the side of the fight. He can't even get into the midst of it all. Alliance, they've taken over.
Has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under
Second
attack.
rack's going down. Liquid still without 2 of their cores for this defense.
They pop the Lincolns just to put some fear into his heart, but he doesn't really have any fear when those 2 heroes are down. Taiga trying to wait for an opportunity. The wave will disappear, and the backdoor does kick back in at the very least for the side of Liquid.
This game, though, I mean, how do Liquid turn any of these fights around now? It feels like they're so far behind. Alliance, you know, they're not the kind of squad that's going to give away this sort of advantage. When they're 20k up like this, when as a team, you know, they're playing around Nico Baby perfectly. And Nico Baby nearly 10k ahead of any other carry in the game.
Oof.
He's so farmed. I mean, I don't see how this ends any other way than Alliance taking away this victory right now. They are in such a comfortable position.
Yeah, they're you know, 4/5 position line is effectively over net worth of the off-lane OD. That's when things have really gotten out of control as Liquid. This could be the last fight for them, making their way out. They do have the 1 ward right now, maybe giving them some slight information. As S4, another great pickup, a Trickster Cloak, and he actually goes for Arcane Blink instead of Refresher. He's got ult up in 10.
Oh my goodness. They better be ready for these ravages. Quakefor already having to put the BKB for the damage from Nico Baby. He's just tearing through him. As he'll buy some time with the ult, but Quakefor will fall. He'll buy back. Mickey trying to turn and fight, but he just doesn't do the damage. The Revenant drags back Boxy. Boxy puts the BKB, but they've lost Mickey. They've lost Boxy. This buyback from Quakefor isn't going to do anything at all as Tiger will fall. They're going to be able to find him as well. Over into the lane. As it's dieback from Quakefor. He's out for 2 minutes. Another ultra kill for Nico Baby as this one is absolutely over. Alliance with this 3rd game hitting back incredibly well. They really did. This was a fantastic stuff. And the 2 wins we saw from Alliance